Hey everybody, welcome back to Boost Your Income with Bootstrap to WordPress, and in this lecture we are going to be coding and styling the sidebar and widgets. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to code and style our sidebar right here in the blog and the widgets within it. So let's jump into our code editor. In your blog.html, right under the main tag, because we want this to be within our row and our container, let's add a comment here. And I'm going to call this sidebar so I can clearly see where it is. And this is going to be an aside tag, like so. Good HTML5 tag. Give that the class of call small 4. And in here, let's do something cool here. Let me show you another emit shortcut. So I want 4 widgets in this sidebar. So I'm just going to have 4 divs of the class of widget. So I'm just going to say this, but then times 4. I should spread that out. There we go. And there is the markup. I'm going to spread these out just a little bit. There we go. And in here, the first one, I'm going to have a level 4 heading and say, join our mailing list. After that, a paragraph tag, which will be keep up to date with the latest news. And we'll, in a strong tag here, whoops, send you something special as a thank you. All right, and then after that, I want to add a button tag, and let's give it the class of BTN, BTN success, and BTN large, also BTN block. Lots of styles. Let's give it the data toggle attribute, and that will be modal, because this button is going to toggle the modal window that we already have in our markup. Data target, and the ID was my modal. And then in here, the text will be click here to subscribe. Let's save that and then have a look. There we go. Right there in the sidebar. It's not styled yet, but that's okay. But it looks good. Let's see if it toggles our modal window. Perfect. All right. Next widget. I'm just going to put a little comment here. There we go. Might as well do it for all of them. It's kind of a habit of mine. Perfect. Okay. Now I want a form. And that form will have the role of form, the class of search-form. These are Bootstrap attributes and classes. And then we're going to have an input type of text. The placeholder will be search the blog. Now what I want to do is I want to give this input an ID. Let's say sidebar search. I want to do that because I want a label here. This is purely for usability purposes. For sidebar search, and the class will be SR only for screen reader only. And now that won't show up in the sidebar, the label, because I don't want it to, but I want it to be there for screen readers. So that's good. Okay, next widget. Level 4 heading, and that will be about Bootstrap to WordPress. And I'm just going to have some lorem ipsum in here. That should be good. Let's do this much right there. Good. And next widget, level 4 heading. Recent posts, and then we'll have an unordered list with 5 li items, and they will have children, which will be A tags. There we go. Blog post 1. This is just dummy text because this will actually be dynamic in WordPress, but it's there just so we could style it and see what it looks like. And I think I will need one more widget. There we go. And in here, we will have a level 4 heading. And that will say categories. UL will have 6 list items with children that are A tags. And this will say category 1. And then just dummy text all the way through. Okay, save that. Let's have a look. Here we go. Here's our sidebar. It doesn't look very good, but that's why we will style it in CSS right now. Open your custom CSS and scroll down to the section that we labeled blog. I believe we were in it. There we go. Right here, the first style, post. Let's also select widget, because we want the widget to have the same style. Let's see what that looks like. There we go, getting there. Now what I want to do is scroll down under blog. Let's go even before comments here. And I want to add a section specifically for widgets, because we're going to have a few styles here. So we're going to select widget, padding 20 pixels. Let's also select widget and then the level 4 heading. And we'll say margin 0010, padding 0010, border bottom, solid 1 pixel, triple D. And then widget UL. List style, none. Margin 0, padding 0. And then widget ULLI, margin 0.05 pixels. And then we're going to select widget ULLI hover. When you hover over a list item, I want to just do a little thing here. Let me just show you what it looks like before I do it, so you can know as a reference. So everything's looking pretty good so far. When I hover over these, I want them to just kind of move to the right just a little bit, a little animation almost. So when I hover, I want the position to be relative, and then margin, left 1 pixel. And that should do it. There you go. When you hover over these links in the sidebar, they'll just kind of move left or move right just a little bit. And the other thing I noticed was the form, the search form, didn't look very good. So we're going to style that. So we're going to scroll ourselves all the way up to the custom icon sprites section. There we go. I believe that was actually at the very bottom. And after that, before media queries, I want to add a section here for forms. There we go. Let's style some forms here. There's a few things that I'd like to do. There's a lot of styles that we're going to have to do for forms, but let's just do what we need right now. So right off the bat, I know I want my labels to be display block and font weight bold. You're not going to see any of that yet because we don't have any forms that have that, but it's very simple. You can imagine what that would look like. Block level element and a bold. Here's where we want to style a few different things, or input elements. So I want to style input text, email, URL, password, and search all the same. So email, URL, password, and search. We're not even going to be using most of these. In fact, the only ones we're using are text and possibly email. It's just for scalability. So when we build the site bigger, as you build the theme bigger, and you add in a search input or a password input, you want to be able to have them styled the same. I also want the text area to grab some of these styles. Okay, color, 666. Ah, scary. Border 1 pixel, solid CCC. border radius, 3 pixels. You know me, I can't go without making it cross-browser compatible. Moz border radius, 3 pixels as well. Okay. And then we'll display block. And then we're going to do WebKit box sizing and border box. This just is kind of a little fix. Box sizing, border box. Basically, it's to tell the browser what the sizing properties, the width and the height should include. So should it include the border or should it not include the border? So basically, the default value is content box. We want the box sizing to be border box. So when we say we want the element to be 100%, we want it to be 100% including the borders. Whereas if you didn't have the borders included, or if it was default value content box, then it would actually be wider than 100%, and we'd have to do some random 99.6 or 4 or whatever % wide. So box sizing, border box, that means include the borders within the width and height. Little tip for you there. Moz border box, Moz box sizing, border box, and box sizing, border box. Just want to cover everything there. Width 100%, C, and padding 6 pixels, top and bottom 12, left and right. There we go. Let's save that. Let's have a little look. There we go, looking pretty good. And that should be it for now. We have a lot more styling that we're going to do throughout the rest of the course and in upcoming lectures. But that's it for now. We have our blog, our sidebar here, what we just did, looking pretty good. And our main content looks awesome. Okay, so hang on tight because we're jumping into a new section now. We're going to be styling the actual posts, coding and styling the posts. So it looks like this, pretty much the same, but we're adding the posts. We have our comments, we have the form and the comments here, and then some more text, everything like that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next lecture.